Okay, you ready to do this?
I guess. What are we talking about?
Let's talk about when we first we should talk about how we met,
and then how we ended up
and then
together.
that time between, and then how we ended up together. I think so.
I'm not naming names.
No, I guess we should.
That would not be a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, let's
Ready?
do it. Mm-hmm.
Introduce us.
No, you do it.
Okay.
What is our
I don't know what
podcast
it's called yet. Anyway, this is a failure already. Okay, 7:44. Half hour. Let's shoot for a half hour. Maybe 20 minutes.
I told him. I think we should. 20 minutes, half hour is good.
Yeah. Okay. We don't have a title for this podcast yet. But working title.
We have one.
We didn't decide on it, did we?
I thought we did.
It's like, I can't remember what it's called now. It was like, have I ever told you?
Have I ever told you? I like that.
Okay.
Or did I ever tell you?
See, that's the thing. Which one is it?
Okay, listeners.
Leave in the comments below. Should this podcast... Okay, so this podcast is about Megan and I telling each other stories of things that we've never told each other. Maybe things like past experiences. Maybe little childhood stories. Maybe things that we were thinking when we were dating and like, oh, I don't know if I want to be with this person. Just one of those things to kind of... Megan and I to continually get to know each other more and more. But at the same time, like...
And also for us to tell stories to you guys that you've never heard before.
Exactly.
There's stories of us.
There's plenty of stories that the audience doesn't know about us. As small of an audience as it is, it's good to share that. And plus, you guys can share your stories with us or give us things that we should talk about. Because then that kind of, that interchange of conversation is nice. Anyway, so our first podcast of Have I Ever Told You? I'm deciding that's what it's called. Have I ever told you? ...
Question mark.
Exclamation point.
Have I ever told you?
Yeah. I feel like you're yelling at something. So today's episode is about how Megan and I became MegaTrev. We got married. Thanks for watching.
No, like how we met and how we got together. So
this is the tale that we've been meaning to talk on the internet for a long time. It's a really weird, long, drawn-out process, which so is this podcast. But it's kind of a cool story. And as we go on, we'll get each other's perspective.
Yes.
I want to thank the sponsor of this.
Oh my gosh. We have no sponsors.
We're sponsored by My Wallet.
To the...
Yeah, exactly.
So how old were you when we met? I was 13. Don't burp on our podcast.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Was I 14? I don't think...
You would have been 14 if I was 13.
Let's see. I left Oklahoma in 2011. No, 2001. What am I talking about?
3 years after we were married, you left Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What?
What? I haven't told you something. Hold on. I'm going to do the math now. If I left in 2001 minus 1987, I was 14 years old. So that was about... You're right. Yeah, I wasn't doubting you, but I just wanted to verify.
Gosh. So
I was 14, Megan was 13. My birthday is in January, hers is in December. And so we probably met in the springtime.
Yeah, spring, summer. Nobody was in school.
No, it's football. It's football season. It was fall.
So it was fall, yeah.
Did we meet like right before we left? I guess so, huh?
Yeah, like a month before you left.
Oh man, we're getting old. It's so weird to remember this stuff. So
that was a good year of OU football.
It was. Everyone's excited. I was from Norman, and so everyone was pumped about the season of football. OU Sooners versus it was Texas A&M.
Yeah, it was because you and Ashley had your homemade shirt.
Right. So Megan and I had a common friend.
Which we're still friends with her.
Yeah, we're still really good friends with them. Our friend Ashley. And so Megan and her kind of knew each other off and on again as they grew up.
We always knew each other.
No, but like you guys weren't best buddies.
No.
That's what I mean. Like
not until like now have we been really good friends.
That's what I'm saying. Is like back then you guys were like, oh hey, nice to see you again. That kind of relationship. Not I'm coming over every weekend and we're playing video games together.
Because that's totally the type of thing that I would do.
You and your gender stereotypes.
I don't play video games.
So, you guys were buddies.
Yeah.
And you came to Norman to...
My dad had a thing he was doing in Norman. And I was with Ashley. And we hung out all day long. And then we were like, hey, we're having fun. We don't want to stop having fun. Let's stay the night. And so I stayed the night and came to the football party. With Ashley.
Which is at another friend of our, Brandy's parents' house. Hi, Brandy and Ashley. We're talking about you on the internet. So we all kind of met, all the parents were basically getting together watching football, and then the kids were kind of tag-alongs. And I remember watching Megan walk in the door, and just the beams of light coming from the clouds.
Oh my gosh, whatever.
No, actually, when I first met Megan, I was like, oh, hey, she's cute, whatever. I actually, at the time, liked her friend. Only because that's...
Ashley?
Yeah, because, we were buddies growing up, and that's really all I knew. And it's like, oh, she's the one. This small circle on Earth is the only area that I know love to be.
It's a girl, and I know her, exactly. So I like her.
Yeah, I'm like...
Ashley is a pretty girl, though.
I'm like, what is that dog from Up? Doug? I have known you all my life, and I love you. Anyway, so they came to the football party. I met Megan, and I was like, hi, nice to meet you.
I was like a jerk. What did I say to you? Something about your face.
I think you may have said, oh, you're Tyler's brother? Did you say that?
No, I haven't met Tyler yet. I think I did say hi, nice to meet you too, and I was nervous. And then other people were teasing you, or you were being your Joker self that you are. And then, so I was like, oh, okay, I can joke with this guy too. Oh,
but then you said something, yeah, I remember, yeah.
And then
I can joke with him too. Your face is ugly.
Face.
And I was like, ouch, I don't like you. Piss off, little girl, I don't care of you. And so that was my first impression of Megan, was like, she's a jerk, I don't like her, she's so mean to me. And I was also I still am very sensitive. I'm way more thick-skinned than I was before. But
you were super.
It was hard for me to admit it, but even I was very sensitive.
On the way back to Ashley's house, she was like, so, Trevor's really sensitive. I'm pretty sure you probably made him cry.
It's probably true.
It was funny and sad.
Yeah, I don't know why I was like that. Anyway, let's not talk about that. I'll just start crying. It's Kyle.
Okay. Anyways, so that's where we met. And the next day, I was with Ashley, and you and your brother ate my entire brand new tin of cinnamon Altoids.
Let the record show, my brother and I, we grew up in a poor household. So when we saw a shiny tin can holding desserts, we were like, yes.
They're not desserts,
they were to us. Mints.
They're mints.
Gummy bear desserts tonight? Yeah, so we basically took total advantage of that. Like, oh, it's one of those things like, if she's going to keep offering them, I guess I'll keep eating them. Like, if she doesn't say no, I guess I'll keep going. Yeah. Okay. Although I don't recall eating all your mints. But I guess it did happen.
Tyler probably ate more than you did.
Probably. Yeah, Tyler likes that spicy stuff more than I do.
But you were like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be nice to you the next day.
Oh, were you making an effort?
I was like, I probably did make him cry.
Hi, girly boy.
Yeah. I don't want him to think I'm a jerk face.
Too late. You're dead to me. And Eli, you're out.
Whatever. You were flirting with me the next day, so it's fine.
It's probably true. So, fast forward a little bit. Megan and I were pretty friendly with each other. We were nice. Everything was happy. Everything was good. I would hate for this thing to stop recording. Anyway, so we were friendly. Everything was fine.
We dated other people.
Yeah, we had our own lives.
Whatever. Yeah, Trevor lived.
I moved away.
El Paso. Yeah, a month or two after we met, you moved to El Paso.
Right.
And
So, boop. Sorry, I'm just checking the thing to make sure it's working. I'm going to edit this later, be like, ow, my ears!
Oh, you're going to edit it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you edited podcasts.
Yeah, you can. And you know nothing of the internet world.
Are you supposed to?
Yeah, it's not like a stream of consciousness. There's tons of editing in certain podcasts. Like some that you may know that they don't, but It's not a
Well,
requirement.
the ones that I listen to, they don't.
It's not required.
Or they don't sound like it.
It's not required to be like, no. Did you edit that? That's a song now. A spoken word song.
Okay, anyways, so...
So, how many years do you think
stay
went
on
by?
track.
5? No. 4 years? Yeah, because I was 18.
Because I was 17 when we started.
So 4 years go by. We talk to each
Seriously.
other every now and then, just friendliness, whatever. And I'm pretty sure I hadn't seen you since.
No, we hadn't seen each other since then.
So we're just like long distance friends. All right. So this is when the story gets really good. It's really juicy.
Oh my God.
I had a friend when I lived in Colorado who
Silly dum-dum.
he... Whenever we participate in badness, he just always happened to be there. So it's kind of hard not to say that he led us into bad things, you know? I wouldn't say that much, but he was always present when something bad was happening. And ever since he wasn't there, bad things haven't been happening. So I don't know. But so New Year's Eve...
Maybe bad things to that.
Well, no, when
caliber.
I'm talking about me. Like in Colorado, when bad things were happening.
Oh.
Like...
Yeah.
Like, he was not a good... What is the word?
He was bad association.
Bad association.
He was spoiling your useful habits.
He was, that jerk.
Whatever.
He was a disturbed kid himself, though.
Anyways.
So
Enough about him.
my brother and I and a few of our friends, it was like New Year's Eve, 2004, going into 2005. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm getting old. I keep forgetting my days and years. So we are going to go to downtown Denver and watch like the fireworks, like, you know, a lot of young people do. They like to see the fireworks on New Year's Eve. And so we went to my friend's house and asked him, hey man, do you want to come with us and go see the fireworks in downtown Denver? And he's like, yeah, sure, come on in, you know, we'll get some things and do this. Hey, check out my roommate's new gun. And it's this .22 caliber rifle, and he starts pointing it at all of us in the apartment. And like chasing us, and he's like, it's not loaded, and he like points it at my brother and fires and nothing happens, and points it at the wall and fires and nothing happens, and then he starts chasing people with it, and he chases me out of the living room into the hallway, into his bedroom, and I'm facing away from him. Try to visualize this. I'm facing away from him. He's standing behind me, probably
with a .22.
With a .22 caliber rifle. And I'm not a fan of guns. I'm not a fan of guns now, but like, then I was really afraid of it. Like, I had no education on guns whatsoever. And so I am standing there, my back to him, looking over my shoulder at him, saying, get that thing away from me, man. I do not like guns. I do not like guns. He's like, it's not even loaded, man. And he points down, right, looking at my left foot, fires. I'm going to make myself deaf later.
I know.
And he shoots me right in the foot, through my heel, and I start bleeding, and I feel the pain, and I'm like, oh my God, that's what has happened. And he keeps trying to convince me that, no, I didn't, it's not loaded, it must be a paintball gun, that's not blood. And that's the first time
Idiot.
I think that's the first time I ever punched somebody, and I was like, punching him, I'm like, you idiot, you shot me. And of course, his roommate's really concerned because I'm bleeding. He's like, don't get the blood on the carpet, man. I gotta give my deposit back. So we go over, long story short, my brother looks at my foot, sees that it went all the way through. Piece of meat fell out into his hand. He got really grossed out.
Became vegetarian for several years
Yeah.
after that.
That's a whole nother topic. I haven't talked about that sometime. And how he's strayed away from all that.
Maybe so.
Then go to the doctor. They arrest my friend, and then we don't press charges. I go home. I've got a hole through my foot, but it was a clean shot. It just like nicked a bone, but that's about it. And so everything should be fine. I just gotta stay off of it.
No arteries, thankfully.
Yeah, no arteries, no blood vessels really, and it was. I said if it was gonna be a clean enough shot, that was the one to do it. So I go home, and they told me rest up for a couple weeks, and then we can see you again and see what's going on. So the next morning, I'm resting, and my brother is on Is it instant MSN Messenger?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that stuff?
Yeah, we were on MSN Messenger, and I'm on there, and I'm talking to Tyler, and I'm like, oh, hey, did you guys do anything fun last night for New Year's Eve, or did you guys go anywhere to see some fireworks? He's like, oh, nothing really exciting happened, really. Except Trevor did get shot. And I was like, what? Trevor got shot? Are you kidding me? And so I'm like, give me your phone number. Is he okay? I want to call and talk to him. So I call and talk to Trevor, and that's like the first time we ever actually talked on the phone. Because anytime we talked before, it was like emailing those silly surveys or...
Oh, that's right. 'Cause we had kind of...
Yeah, we'd been talking.
That's right.
Or talking on MSN Messenger. Man, that's old school. Anyways, so...
You know it doesn't exist anymore?
Are you serious?
They took that and something else and merged it together, and they bought Skype, and now it's just Skype.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Aw.
Little
now
piece
I
of
feel even older. Anyway, so we ended up talking for like 3 or 4 hours that day. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then we talked again the next day for 3 or 4 hours. And the next day, and we just started talking like all the time.
I remember taking my dad's cell phone and texting you on it. And he used to get mad at me because he'd be like, You sent so many messages. Why did you send so many? I'm like, oh, this Megan. I got to talk to her. That's what actually.
Your dad got onto you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it was his work cell phone.
Oh.
And I'm sure they were like, why are you sending so many messages? But you were the one. You were what convinced me to buy a cell phone.
I was?
Yeah. The only reason I got a cell phone because my dad's like, you can't use my phone anymore. I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy a cell phone then.
I couldn't believe you didn't have one already. Because honestly, I think you are the only teenager who was driving age who did not have a cell phone.
Oh man, I got to tell another story.
That's for another time.
I drove around so much without a license. Anyway,
I know you did. You're a terrible human being.
But yeah, I didn't have a cell phone.
Anyways.
But I remember that first cell phone bill I got, and I was like, they charge how much for every text message? Or like if you went over,
Yeah.
Remember they used to limit you on your messages?
That's probably why your dad got. Yes, I remember. I ran up a ridiculous phone bill texting you in 1 year or 1 month.
1 year.
1 year.
So that year, that was 2005.
That was 2005. So in February, we were talking on the phone and finally made it official.
Wait, did we talk about the email where you said?
No, we didn't.
Oh, should I say that part first?
Sure.
So
About we were just talking about the emails and
the surveys.
Yeah.
And one of the surveys had a question in there like, do you like the person that sent this?
Do you think you could ever see yourself being with the person who sent you this?
Yeah, like could you be with the person that sent this to you?
I was like,
and
oh no.
it felt like it was a stab in the heart because her response was like, oh no, he's not my type.
I would never date.
I would never date a guy like him. That's right. And I don't remember if I called you or if I replied to you and I said, I'm going to make you fall in love with me. Didn't I say?
I think you thought it, but you didn't ever tell me.
I didn't ever tell you?
You might have told me that on the phone, but
I feel like I emailed you and said like, what? Like, I'm going to make you fall in love with me.
That was before you got shot, though.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, still, that's a crucial part of it. I think, because it's like, I did.
It must have been email or you just thought it, because I don't remember you telling me that.
But yeah, I kept thinking like, what's this? She did it to me again. She's a jerk again. That's what I kept thinking.
My sense of humor has never changed.
Yeah. Rude.
So we started officially dating in February, and we still celebrate that anniversary. 10 years.
It's been...
This year it was 10 years.
It's almost 10 and a half.
I know, it's crazy.
It's almost our marriage anniversary.
I know. We just realized a few days ago we've been married for I don't remember how many years.
7 years?
7 years, I think.
Almost 7 years. We're like, oh, our anniversary's coming up. Whoa, should we do something?
I guess. So, and then
So,
March.
yeah. So,
23rd.
without getting into too many details, we had some conversations back and forth with Megan's parents because she's an only child.
No, I'm not going to that yet.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
On March 23rd, No, wait. That's the day you broke up with me.
That's what I was.
Okay.
That's what I thought you were.
Well, in March.
So I basically told you, and then I was like, "See ya."
Yeah, within a month of us officially dating, Trevor was like, "I love you," and I was like, "I love you too."
It's happening.
And then.
Did you mean it?
Yes, I did.
Did you really mean it?
I really meant it.
So you knew before that?
Yeah, I did. Within that first month, I knew I was gonna marry you. You didn't.
No, I didn't.
Did you?
No.
You're the type of person that you're just like in denial of everything.
I am. What?
How long have we been talking?
Oh, I don't even know. What time we start? I don't even know.
I think we have 10 more minutes.
I just keep talking. I'll edit it down. Whatever.
So.
Yeah, I guess I am. I'm very like, nope, no,
You're very
Okay.
resistant. That's why we didn't get married for so long.
That's true.
Because you're a stick
I'm
in
one
the
of those.
freaking mud.
I'm
I'm gonna blame us taking so long to build our house on you.
Well, yeah, probably. I just sure footing. That's how I've always. I have to.
You cannot
I have
be
to make
more
sure I won't fall off this mountain. Trevor, you're on a playing field. You're fine. No, I mean, when I said I love you, I definitely meant it. Like, and this is a piece of it too. Like, I had only really one girlfriend before you, and that was kind of a serious thing. At least I had. At least that sounds weird. At least I took it very seriously. I mean, she didn't know.
She didn't take it seriously, but you did.
Yeah, but like, that was a big thing to come off of that. I like after a year or two almost. And yes, I know I was in love very early in life, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Okay, I love you.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So, right after I had told her I love you, we had a little bit of conversation with Megan's parents, and Megan's too young, and Trevor's too young, and
I was only 17.
Yeah, she was 17, I was 18. You had just turned 18 though, right?
No, I had just turned 17.
Oh, that's right. When I moved back, I remember now.
Yes.
It's all coming back to me. And so, and it's funny because as I've gotten older, I'm like, okay, well, I understand where they're coming from. Before it was kind of like, whatever, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, pretty much. That teenage mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, we were such idiots.
People are asking me tech questions now. Jeez.
I'll just ignore them and keep going.
Anyway, so we said we were in love. We talked and talked. We had conversations with Megan's parents. I felt a little guilty that I was maybe doing the wrong thing, and I break up with her. Like
1 week after he says I love you, he breaks up with me like the biggest jerk face you've ever seen.
So you know the day?
It was March 23rd.
You know the day that
He
I broke up
with me.
I don't remember that. I don't remember the day. I remember doing it.
Oh my gosh, I was so upset.
See, I kept thinking like, no, she's happier now. Like
I stopped eating for 2 weeks.
And then ate everything for 2 more weeks. How was that time for you? Did you have any indication to think that I was about to break up with you?
No, I had no idea.
So it was like out of the blue?
Yes, completely. I was totally taken by surprise. I'm still mad at you for that. I don't think I can ever let that go.
I've redeemed myself, I think. Remember when I was holding Ren last night while she was sleeping? Doesn't that give me redeemable points?
You're still a butthead. For breaking up with me.
That's why I married her.
You broke my heart.
Constantly trying to make up for that.
You didn't just break my heart. You smashed it and turned it into a slushie.
Did I drink it?
I guess. You weird vampire.
Did you cry?
I cried a lot. I cried on the phone with you. I don't want to cry right now.
No.
I cried on the phone with you, didn't I?
I don't remember. It's such a blur to me.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I think you were very distant. You were very, oh, okay. Uh-huh. It's one of those things where I was like, are you crying? No, I'm not crying. I'm sorry.
I'll never forgive you.
But, spoiler alert, we're married now.
Anyways, and then
So, like,
2 months later, you were here for Christopher's graduation party.
well, I had called you before then.
Yeah, you called me after that.
So about a month or two later, I got this wild hair, and I was just like, I want to call Megan. And I think I called your cell phone, and you didn't answer. And I was like, crap. I think I left a message.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, Megan, I just want to let you know I miss you, and I just wanted to talk to you. Okay, talk to you later. You know, I didn't really think anything of it. But what did you feel?
I was like, oh my God, he called me! And I
Were you still upset and sad at this point still? Or were you already getting over it?
you. No, I wasn't getting over it. I mean, I was trying to.
Well, I guess since you'd already convinced yourself we were getting married in the first month.
No, I knew I was, like, I don't know. I didn't convince myself.
Well, that's not what I mean. I'm not saying like, yes, I think, okay. The pros and cons are weighed. I'll marry you.
I knew I was going to marry you. I don't know. It's just like when I found out I was pregnant with Lachlan, I knew it was a boy.
Yeah. Intuition.
Yes, it was my intuition. But anyways, no, yeah, I was really excited that you called me. And then did we start talking again some?
Yeah. But
it was just through email some. It wasn't on the phone. It was like one email a week or something like that. It wasn't like
yeah, we kept it pretty chill.
Dating.
But then it was like that mutual friend that we had, her brother, who was also a mutual friend, he was graduating. I was supposed to be graduating, but I had dropped out of high school. Anyway, it wasn't a whole other topic. But he was graduating, and I was like, hey, I should come to Christopher's graduation.
And I was like, yes, you should!
I'm going to be there. So I had to get my brother and my other brother and a friend of mine, a bandmate, James, who had come up from El Paso. And I had convinced them, let's literally drive to Oklahoma, a 12-hour drive, hang out for like 2 days, and drive all the way back. And
why not?
Yeah, they were like, okay, let's go. Which is a cool thing, really nice. So
I can't believe your mom let you bring Tanner with you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or was she like, you have to take Tanner with you?
No, she was, I don't know. Like, we were always close, and so it was never a bother for him.
I know, but was she like, be sure you don't leave him out? Or was it just like, hey, Tanner, you want to come too? And
I think we asked him, because it was a summer vacation for him, so we're like, you want to go? I mean, he didn't really know a lot of people in Colorado, so it's like.
I still can't believe, like, how old was he? You were 18.
I was 18, he was 14.
I would not do that.
Really?
Yeah, no. Huh. I wouldn't. Your mom would trust
He's about to turn another age. I don't know what age. 24?
4?
Oh my goodness. Something like that.
That's how old I was when we had Lachlan.
Oh, dang. I gotta call him. Anyway, so this hype is being built to see each other at Christopher's party. And I actually remember seeing you for the first time. Because, I mean, honestly, we can be honest about this. I'm not your type, typically.
No, not at all.
And you're not my type, typically. Which is probably why it works so well. Because it's like, we kind of offer each other things that we need, not necessarily what we want. I'm not sure that sounds weird.
That does sound weird.
Well, like, I don't know. I was always into the short girls. And
so that they wouldn't be taller than you?
Probably. I'm a short guy.
I know.
But you were always into the hot guys and like.
You were hot, but you weren't tall.
Oh, yeah. Toned and bad attitudes and drug dealers.
One of my exes did turn out to be a drug dealer.
Anyway. But, you know, like. So, like, I remember seeing you and thinking, like, she's beautiful. And I was like, she's so skinny. You're probably the skinniest girl I'd ever liked before. But yeah, I remember I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Do we go say hi? Okay, let's go be a mature adult and say hi. And then I was like, nope, I want to go over here. I think you talked to my friend. I think you talked to James.
I talked to Tyler before I talked to like Tyler walked up and was like, hey, how's it going?
Well, it was like this, like, yeah, what did he care? He wasn't in like, this emotionally
perturbed. How's it going?
And I met your father for the first time.
Was my dad there?
Yeah, you walked in with them. Or walked in. It was a field.
I don't think he was. I think I came with my Mimi and Papa.
No, I met him that day.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, he must have come later. I rode with them.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
They were there?
Yes.
I guess I didn't see them. But
I don't know why they went.
I know I didn't meet them. I know I didn't meet your dad when you got there. I met him later on.
Oh, I think he came later.
Oh, that'd be
Someone probably called him and was like, Trevor Jennings is here. Trevor Jennings is here.
Yeah. I wonder, it'd be interesting to get his perspective. He's probably like, I still want to kill you.
Let me go get my 22.
Yeah.
I'll find better aim.
Yeah. But,
and that's kind of when we got back together. Our first kiss was like...
Well, wait. We're getting ahead of yourself. Remember we were dancing underneath that amphitheater.
Yes.
And, you dance like normal, slow dancing like normal people do. But Megan kept trying to, put her fingers in between my fingers and, hold my hand while we're dancing. And I was like, no, don't do it. Forbidden.
You're so ridiculous.
It was...
It's cute, though. How you were fighting me so hard.
I know. What song was it we were dancing to?
It was by 311.
311, that's right.
What is it? Love song?
Is it Amber?
No, it's not Amber.
Is it Love Song? Yeah, it is Love Song. It was the cover by it. Yeah. I was so nervous. So
How is that not our song? The first song we ever danced to. Such Great Heights is, but that one isn't.
Yeah, I don't know. Such Great Heights. I remember that moment, though, with Such Great Heights. Do you remember that moment?
Which one?
When we first heard it, when we first danced to it. I won't talk about it on here, but I know when it was.
Oh, I don't remember dancing to it.
It was like we were...
Oh, yes. I remember now. I'm like, what party was that?
There was no party. Anyway. Kids, don't be stupid.
When we danced to it. Anyways.
Anyway.
Our children are going to be teenagers
one day. One day. We're cursed.
It's terrible. I think we need to wrap this thing up pretty soon.
Yes, let's wrap it up in a second. So, fast forward just a little bit. We see each other. We rekindle our love at the, whatever it's called. We have our first kiss a couple days later. Mm-hmm. Mix in some more drama time and time again. And then I was in a band, and we were leaving Colorado to go pursue more of the music thing. I had to make a decision. Like, okay, am I going to go back to El Paso, Texas and pursue this music thing? Or do I want to see what's going to happen with Megan and I and go back to Oklahoma? Because my parents were going back to Oklahoma and Tyler and me were supposed to go back to El Paso. So Tyler decides he's going to El Paso. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know what to do about this. And so I'm just going to go see what happens. And went to Oklahoma. We started dated for about 3 years. Mm-hmm. And then I proposed, which I have it on video. It's somewhere. It exists somewhere. It's a freaking awesome proposal.
It is.
That's a whole nother story. But proposed.
We will have to tell that story sometime. Maybe that can be our next podcast.
Yeah.
Trevor's proposal.
This is a podcast all about us. Suck it. We like it.
Well, and we can have guest speakers every now and then.
Yeah. I do want to have other people on sometimes and have them just share a story. Yeah. That's what I think I love most about just video and everything is telling a story. I love telling stories, however elaborate or exhausting or whatever they are. But that's pretty much it. Got together. We got married. We now have 2 beautiful children that have changed our lives for the better. And I love my life.
I love my life too. I'll love it even more when we have our own house.
Yes, one day we'll have our own house.
Hopefully this time next year we will be living in our own house.
Yes. Well, thank you all for listening. I hope that wasn't too boring. This is something that we want to do more often. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. We're doing this first one, and we're probably going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to try and see what I can do about getting it on SoundCloud. I'll have to talk to Mike and Andy because they got theirs on there, and I'm trying to figure out how they do it.
Oh, I didn't know they have a podcast.
Yes, he has a podcast with 2 of his friends. Go check out The Flow of Things. It's where they talk for 10 minutes about one particular topic. Whenever the timer goes off, they have to switch topics. Kind of an interesting concept.
It is.
Anyway, I'm going to try to figure out how to get that on SoundCloud and on iTunes, but for right now, it's going to be on YouTube. You know how to reach us. I am on Twitter as @MegaTrev. Megan is @Mrs. MegaTrev. Feel free to send us any comments, concerns, thoughts, wishes, dreams, and we will try to
You can follow us
get to them.
on Instagram too.
Oh, yeah. On Instagram, it's Mrs. MegaTrev and Mr. MegaTrev. I couldn't get the MegaTrev one.
Shameless self-promotion. If you want to see anything about my doula stuff, you can follow me on Instagram at Nature's Blossom Birth. Like it's all one word.
That'll be a topic sometime too, I think, about talk about the birth
it.
stuff. Because it really is a cool thing. Like, people don't need to be weirded out by it. Oh, God, I saw this. There was this show on TV this morning at the car dealership, and it was talking about these traumatic births. These women that didn't know that they were pregnant, and like all the reenactments is them just like screaming and I need a doctor, and like people delivering it at home. Like either by themselves or a relative there was the catch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, like it's not that bad. Stop being crazy.
Well, it would probably be pretty traumatic if you didn't know you were pregnant.
Yes, I'm sure, but the dramatization of it all, like they had to make it. I mean, because if I watched all the other ladies that were watching the TV, they were all just like just scared out of their minds. And I'm sure, like if any of them are going to have kids later, they're going to think, oh, I saw that thing on TV. Oh no, I can't have a home birth. You know,
Yeah.
I was looking at them just like propaganda. Jeez. Anyway.
You should have said, it is not that way.
It is not yet.
I have seen it twice.
They're like, boo, boy. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And make sure to leave a comment below and let us know what you think of this idea. Talk to you guys later. When should this come out? Because we're doing videos Mondays and Thursdays. Should this come out on Wednesday? Be kind of cool.
Sure. Or should we do Friday? That way it gives us 4 days in the week to get it done.
Well, Fridays typically are lower viewership, and then I get lost in the sub boxes. We'll find out. You'll hear this whenever you hear it. Thank you for listening. Bye.